horse. I've just realised I don't have a pencil. Got to fix that. Bear with me. Where's my pencils? Where did I put them? Hang on. Find them over here somewhere. Or not, maybe. I took them camping with me. Uh-oh. Hang on. All of them. I took all of them. No, I didn't. There we go. There we go. Has that one got lead in it? Of course it doesn't. Okay, I'll use a traditional pencil. How's that sound? I've got an eraser. I'll use a traditional pencil. So, just going to find... Excuse me, baby. Oh, that one's a... That's a pen. I don't want a pen. Hang on. I've got Palomino pencils here. They're quite lovely. Oh, this is just a normal... What's this one? A graphite. Do I want a graphite? No. I want... Oh, that's a white pencil. Goodness. I've got all the pencils except the one I want. Oh. There we go. I'll use that one. Okay. Good old Palomino pencil. Just got to realise, got to put my chat on multi-stream. Go across. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to be drawing a horse. I do love my Clydes, so it's going to be a Clyde. It's got lots of shadow and light on it, so I'm going to have a bit of fun trying to get that conveyed onto my bit of paper. So the length of the brow is 1.5 the length of the nose. Then I do his little nose and chin. I'm just going to do the outline of it for now, like that. Quite a pointed chin. Now she's got a beard. Well, I call it a beard where they've got all the fur under their chin. So I'll draw that in after. I'm going to be painting this in gouache because I love gouache. I haven't done a painting. I've done digital art in the last few weeks, but I haven't done a traditional piece. So it's been a little while. I'm a little bit rusty with the paint. For a few weeks here I've just done digital on my iPad and on my Huey on tablet, which has been a fun change. I thought today I felt the urge to do a traditional piece. So I draw the ear. And I've changed my art room around slightly. So I'm sitting in a different spot to normal. I'm sort of in the midst of arranging and rearranging everything in my room. I don't like how I've got his chin there, but I can erase that in a minute. Now he's got a collar on. He's like he's been, or she, I don't know, mare or stallion, not sure, or gelding. Make the ears a fraction bigger. Now they've got beautiful blazers, these horses, which is the white marking on their head. Come down and around. I've got to block up the nose a bit. I've got to make it a bit thicker through the top. So you can see I'll adjust lines, add lines where I need. I've just picked a generic reference off Pinterest. I'll change it to suit myself. I'm going to do it the colours of my horse. She had, she was quite mottled in her. They call it roan. She was a blue roan, so she was dark grey. I had a blue roan and I had a bay actually. So do I do the bay one or do I do the roan one? The bay, or strawberry roan, technically. So I'm going to do her with the harness on. I'm going to do her eye, and then I'll do the harness after. And I'm using my Arches watercolour paper. Okay, she has a mottle down her neck as well. It won't be exactly. So, draw her bridle. She comes over the forehead like that. call that the brow band over her brow. Then do the cheek piece that comes down beside her eye. She's got blinkers on. Put one blinker there. Like that. And that comes down to her mouth, to where her bit is. Do the harness details. Coming down there. I have to apologise for looking back all the time. I've got my computer behind me, my screen, my big screen behind me that I'm checking on how the picture's looking and everything else, when my focus is focusing and all that stuff. Because yeah, I've rearranged my room and I've still got a bit of fine tuning to do. A little bit of fine tuning to do. Come down now. She's got a snaffle bit. Just a good old plain snaffle bit. So draw that in like that. Okay. I can see her pupil. Leave a little bit of highlight there. Have some little flecks of colour coming up here. And I've got to draw her chest piece thingy. Comes around here. I'm going to end it like at this piece of harness. This is the collar, or they call the yoke. They call this the yoke. It's what they hook all the harness and the side things on for the cart. All the weight's borne on their chest and their shoulders, and on this yoke. I've got a few of these hanging out in my shed actually, all different sizes because we've had all kinds of cart horses over the years here. Quite familiar with how they work. Alright, so that goes there like that. Then it's got like a little guide there that keeps the reins to the side. And this part, that's like a strap to hitch the chain onto. It goes to the harness down on the back. So then I'm just going to leave that like that. Now, come down here. Get this shaping. Now, come to about here. And there's another bit of harness, a little bit of strapping. About there. Connects another strap. Like that. And then this comes down, comes a bit wider there, and then comes back in around the horse's chest. Like that. Okay, I'm just going to draw her back a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much fuss. I want this to be the main focus. That's it. That's going to be the main focus of her. Got her rein. I forgot her reins. The reins could come down here. I've got to do the other one on that side, like that, the mirror of that one. Like that. And just have it resting down here for now. Like that. There we go. All right, that's going to do, I think. Okay, so that's the horse drawing pretty much done. So now I'm going to get my spritzy bottle, which I left behind me, of course, because that's where I leave all my things. Okay, so I'm going to get, I'm going to need to turn a light on, I think. I'm just going to turn the light on. It's a little bit dark in here because I've moved spots. Sorry about, oh no, that's my shadow, that's all right, that works. Okay, so I'm going to get my watercolour brush. Oh, I need a bit of cloth. I'm noticing all the things I need that I haven't got organised because I've done digital. Where's my cloth? Goodness gracious, great balls of cotton fluff. What am I going to use? I'll grab a roll of toilet paper. I'll be back. Bear with me. I'll be back. just need a handful of cloth, and I've got my handful of cloth. Toilet paper will do. It works. So I can mop off my brush a little bit. I'm going to start. I'm going to do a background, and I'm going to go. She's mainly a brownie colour, so I'm going to go with like a green background. I'm going to go get a bit of a green going. And this is gouache, so it's similar to watercolour, but not the same. It's opaque. So I'm just going to do a green. I'm going to do it quite watered down, with a soft green background. And I will trim this piece down to make it more central, I think. And then I'll pop it on my eBay, which is linked on my channels. Just going to go around her completely. I'm calling it a her because my horses were mares. My Clydes. I do love a Clydie mare. Come around the outside at the top. I do like to have the soft sort of edges where it's not complete to the edges of the paper. It's just like a soft sort of a background. Around the ear a little bit. I've got to get up into that bit there. There we go. I've got my painter's tape around the edge, which is just generic painter's tape that anyone would use if you're painting the walls on your house. It is literally just the same tape that painters use when they're painting walls to stop it bleeding at the edges. So I just use that because it doesn't tear your paper when you pull it up. I buy masking tape and all that sort of stuff, and it always tears my paper. Makes it go all peeled and weird. So I've started using painter's tape and it works really well. So this is a 3M brand, I think. 3M painter's tape. It's the light adhesive one, so it doesn't have a lot of adhesive. Just enough to stop the paint bleeding through, but not enough to peel damage your paper, which is really good because it's designed not to damage paint or plaster. Hello, Deep. How are you, mate? I'm good. I'm good. Life has been crazy, but good crazy. But yeah, so I haven't done any art or any traditional art for a while. I've been doing lots of camping. Lots and lots of camping and lots of family stuff. So it's been really good. Okay, I'm just going to do that. And that's literally the background I'm going to do. Wait. Your background looks... Yes, I've moved. I've moved my desk. I've changed so you can see all my drawing supplies over there, which I've got to tidy up and change around. And my mirror in the background. I've got two working stations now. I've got my digital drawing station and my traditional drawing station. Hello, Bacon. How are you, mate? And I've got my gaming station next to me on the left. So I've got like a corner of all different art and, yeah. So I don't have to just pull one apart and set one up. I can have them both set together. I've got to look at my chat. My computer's still there. I haven't managed to move my computer because I don't want to put it near my water when I'm doing painting. So it's sort of like I'm still figuring it out and chucking things in all directions. So there's shit going everywhere pretty much in all directions. So, yeah, until I figure it out. So I'm going to start with her fur. And I'm going to use burnt umber. I'm just going to go burnt umber. Just dilute it. How's the grandkid and the fur balls? Oh my God, my grandson is amazing. I just went over and had a cuddle with him this morning. He's absolutely magnificent. He just turned 1 and he is just a little bundle of joy. So I get go over and I've been babysitting and playing and doing all the fun things that nanas do and just hanging out with him. So absolutely the joy of my life. Thank you for asking. And the fur balls, they're awesome. They're full of barks and all kinds of noises. And my chickens, I've got chickens now, and I've got a dozen chickens, and they're all laying eggs happily ever after, living their best chicken life. One already, no wait, I know it's gone so fast. He's running around everywhere, and he's just a little machine. And he's got me wrapped around his little fingers. He knows who the boss is, and it's not me. So, but yeah, he's a world of cuteness. So, yes, but one whole year has passed. And it's all happening. But yeah, no, he's doing really well. Cruising along, healthy and happy, all I could ask for. So what about you? How's your family all going? Has your son finished school? He's done. So what's he been up to? And Bacon, how's the games going? I'm sorry I haven't been hanging out on streams. I have not been at a computer. Like, I've literally made time lapses. I have not sat at a computer in weeks. I have literally just done time lapses, no voiceovers, no nothing. When I could squeeze a drawing in amongst life, like it just got crazy. But yeah, so I apologise. I haven't hung out on Twitch or anywhere at all. So I apologise, guys. I'm going to get back into it. But just life has gone a whole different direction at the second. I don't hear any bears at the moment. He's under the desk. Be right back. Got to go grab dinner, but I'll be lurking. No worries. Yeah, graduated back in May, starting college next month. I think. Oh, both are looking good for a job. Cool. Cool. Oh, God, I keep going for the wrong thing. It's not my mouse. What the hell is that? I'll close. There we go. Okay, go do your thing. Go do what you got to do. Okay, so now I've got the first layer on. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. So this is gouache, not watercolour. So it is opaque, but the way I'm using it today is quite transparent. So I am using it in a transparent technique like watercolour. Why? Because, yeah, because I'm just having a moment. And that's what I want to do. So you can use it very thickly, like paste, like a acrylic almost. Or you can do what I'm doing now and water it down quite a lot. So now I'm going to go slightly thicker, so less water, more pigment. And I'm going to work into the dark. Oh, that's a bit too dark. Got to get a little bit of water in there. I can add white to gouache too, which is really good. Super handy. So you can get very different colours, but it does tend to make the paint a pastel-y tone when you add white to it. So I use that for like florals and things, but not so much in animals. I might use it more in the background. So yeah, I apologise for looking behind me. I'm still trying to figure out my art room, my new setup. So my computer's next to me, not in front of me. So I've got to look back to see the chat as well as my art on the screen. It's focusing all right, seems to be working. Not bad for a Jenny setup, because usually I'm really bad at tech and moving things around and rewiring and all of the fun stuff. I usually mess everything up because that's how I roll. I'm going to change that under there to a bit lighter. And I've got my microphone behind me too. I figured out how to get the surround sound. So I hope it sounds okay. Let me know in the chat if it sounds okay. Because I've got my microphone on the all-roundy doodah, but it's behind me. So it might sound a little bit echoey. But I've still yet to figure that out. Got to darken up under her blaze. Coming down to her mane. There. I'm just going to get my brush dampened a little bit and just drag this out around her eye. It's literally just a matter of building up layers. And I was doing tiny painting, so this one's not large by any means, but it's a lot bigger than a tiny painting. This is about, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches by about 8 or 10 inches wide. I can't, where's my book? It is, I can tell you exactly the measurements of it. It is 5.8 by 8.27. So nearly 6 inches by 9 inches. This one. So I was doing tiny paintings that were 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Or 2.5 by 3.5 they were. But I thought, nah. I needed to work a little bit larger because I haven't done painting in a while, and it's fun to work a little bit larger. I enjoy doing the tiny stuff, but the miniature. I think I'm just going to stick with this. It's a smaller version, but still not tiny. You can hang it on your wall. It's not so little because the tiny paintings, the 2.5 centimetre ones, so you can't really put them on your wall. You can hang them, you can have them in an album or whatever, but I mean you could hang them on your wall, but you'd have to have a whole series of them to make it look right. Okay. I should continue the body. I'm going to have to continue the body because that doesn't look right. I'm going to continue her body on a little bit. I'm going to take it out the back there because it just looks a bit odd the way I've ended her. There we go. Grab my brush, and you can. That's the thing. You can change your mind. Nothing's set in stone, even though I can't see that in the reference. Just gonna come around there. All right. Now, she has got a bit of pink around her nose, so I'm going to get. I will use white for this. So a bit of rose, bit of white. Whoops. My paints have dried up. They've been sitting for ages, and I'm going to get a bit of yellow ochre. Just to soften that off a little bit, make it a bit more of a skin tone. There we go. And then all around her nose, I'm going to add this yellow ochre pinky skin tone. Yellow. So this is yellow ochre, rose, madder, and white. To make this, would make a nice human skin tone as well. The background is as dry as I need it to be. It's not going to bleed anywhere. Come around her nostril like that. Okay, having a quick look. There will be a few layers over this. All right, having another look. Looking at my paper on the paper, my painting on the paper. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm shadowing it. That's annoying, isn't it? I might need to turn that light off because I don't like the shadow. Hang on. Because my light's in the wrong position. So that way this will take the shadow away. There we go. I'm still figuring out my setup. Okay. So now the shadow, she's got a white part there, but there's half her face is in shadow. So I'm going to do a shadow with blue. Blue and white. I'm going to make just a very pale blue with a shadow on her face. I'm not going to use a grey. I'm going to use blue and white. It's a cool shadow. And I'm going to carefully pop that in. So I can, and the beauty of gouache, because it's opaque, I can go over it with any colour. I can go over it with light or dark and it will cover. So if I change my mind at any point, even with a dark colour, I can go over a dark colour with a light colour. Super handy. Super handy. I love my watercolours, but I'm really loving the freedom gouache gives you. It's much more forgiving than watercolour, I find. Now all under here is in shadow as well. This is all white. And I've messed that up because I've actually put the brown, but I can go over it because yay, gouache, opaque. So I'm going over the brown. I'm going to make some more blue and white. I've just used cobalt blue and white. I can add some more white flecks back through it. I'm actually using my little travel set that I've got set up. I've got 2 little palettes set up. I can just chuck in the car and take with me. Super handy. I haven't been though. Having said that, I haven't been because I've been doing digital. I took the iPad. All right. white. She's got white flecks all over her. Quite beautiful, actually. I'm going to pop a bit of white, the blue white. So she's got little specks of colour all around. If you've ever seen a roan Clydesdale, they are just beautiful. She's got a bit on her shoulder as well. I'll put a bit over here. Mine had it on her tummy as well. So I'll let that dry a little bit. I'm going to pop onto her eyeball because I'm going to go blue and burnt umber. So I'm going to go indigo for that, indigo and burnt umber, which makes a lovely natural dark brown, dark grey, almost black. I'll leave a little fleck for the light. I don't have to with this. I can use the white of the paper or I can use the white paint, but I'm using the white of the paper because just how I roll. And I'm also going to use this for the bridle. I'm going to go over the bridle now. This same grey that I've just made for her eye, her iris. It's a lovely natural blue grey. And I'm just using the one brush, and this is a size 4 silver black velvet watercolour brush. I love my silver black velvets. I can use any brush really for gouache, but I do love my silver black velvets. And I tend to use 3. I use a 4, a 6 and an 8 for the sizes that I use. You buy them, I get them from a Sydney store in Australia. I order them online from New South Wales. The art store has been brilliant. My brushes and art supplies and stuff. Okay, so down and around. I can add shadows and highlights. I'm just blocking in at the second. Just blocking in. Okay, I forgot her throat lash. So there's a strap that comes around here. Just paint that in. There we go. Now she's got her throat lash. Bought myself another light that I'm going to have to plug in so I can see. It's hard working in the shadow, but I don't want reflection on my work. So it's easy to work in just without having dark, like my head blocking the light. Around there, like that. I can tidy the reins up in a minute. Come around the outside, the bottom edge. Just try and make that more level. Like that. Then, can I see the other rein? No, I can't see the other rein, but yeah, I might pop it in. I'll pop it in down here. Because there's 2 reins, one on each side. So pop that in there. Okay, now I'm going to work on the collar. I'm going to use the same blue and brown, so it's indigo and burnt umber. So indigo, burnt umber. Make my dark grey. I'm going to go over the collar, the harness. I'm blocking this in this grey now, but there will be light highlights and darks on it. I'm just blocking it in right as we speak, just to get the block on colour on the paper. Keep an eye on the time. I've got an appointment at 12, so it's only 10:15 here. Nice and early. Tons of time. So I'm all around the outside edge. I can still see my drawing underneath a little. I don't need to see it completely, but as you can see, this is quite a washed, watered down mix. Go over the top of all of that. That's what I love. Gouache is versatile. You can use it like a watercolour or like an opaque pigment. I find that when I do it thickly, it looks more like an oil painting than a gouache painting, than a watercolour painting. I've had people ask me if it was oil before, which is good because I love oils and I haven't got the patience. I can't be bothered waiting for weeks for things to dry. I'm that person. I'm like, I'm not waiting. I want it dry now. Okay, so now I'm going to go slightly darker. Oops, I need a bit more pigment, a little bit less water. I've got too much water in that. Okay, I'll let it dry. I'm going to let it dry for a second. All right. And I need to move my bin. My bin's not over here. Hang on. Bin. Because I need to throw out my excess paper like that. Because I'm constantly mopping up the paper. So, now I'm also going to use this grey in the very dark part of her nostril around here. Quite diluted. And I'm going to come around the edge of her nose. Like that. She's got a little bit on her muzzle. Little whiskery bits. Okay. And then I've got to come back in with that skin tone, but I'll make a slightly darker skin tone. So her mane is reddy brown and grey. So I'm going to go use the same burnt umber. I'm going to add a bit of sienna to it. See what happens. Make it a bit of a reddy brown. My grey. A bit more sienna. There we go. So burnt sienna. Still, it's very similar to the. I don't know. I'll just do this as the base. You can see there's more grey to it. I'm just gonna. Doesn't matter if it's rough at the top because their manes are a bit bedraggled. A bit bedraggled and bejaggledy. So I'm just going to be quite rough with the mane. I can go over the reins. I can tidy that up because their mane does go over the reins and everywhere. You can see the reins through it. So that's okay like that. Comes out the back there. I'm not happy with what I've done here. I might even go over that. I might make the background a stronger green and just end up painting it a collar. I'm really not happy with that. So I'm going to go a stronger green. I'm going to do that right this second. I hope this works. So get a lot of green. It's just a olive. I'm going to block out around the back here. I don't like it. Get more olive. This will work or it won't. We'll find out. Okay, I can always do a couple of layers to tidy it up. Down and around. That. I do this in watercolours a lot, this kind of a finish. Build up a few layers, and it creates contrast with the background as well, with the horse. Green's a nice natural colour. Go with this kind of piece. See that's very dark, but that's okay. Get a bit more green. I could even go a blue. We'll figure it out. Come up and around. We'll make it blend. You can change your mind. The rules are there are no rules in art. Might take a few layers to sort it out, but we'll get there. It doesn't have to be smooth because gouache by nature is a bit patchy and quite matte, so it doesn't have shine to it at all. Sometimes you just got to be brave, accept that you need to change something and go for it. And what's the worst thing that happens? The worst thing that happens, it's a mess and I do it again. You draw it once, you can draw it again. That's what my motto is. You can do it once, you can redo it. So I never get stressed about messing up and making a mistake. I never worry about ruining a piece Because usually the next time I do it, it's better. You learn from your error, and you do it again, and it's all good. It's always, everything's a lesson. Only happy accidents, as Thingo would say. Thingo, what was his name? I've got blank. When I'm painting, I see in pictures, I don't see in words, and I always forget words. Language is hard when I'm painting. Language is quite hard. Because yeah, I start to visualise everything, and then words leave my head. Bob Ross, that's it. That's who it was. Bob Ross. You said happy little accidents. Okay, having a quick look. So it's looking all right. I'm not happy with this bit. I'll fix that. Not sure how. I'll add a bit of white to my green. Try and lighten that up a little. There we go. Ooh, that's looking a bit like muddy now. I'll let that dry a bit. Okay. Or, what else could I do? I'll go a bit more green. Just blend that around. Just got to get rid of the browniness out of it. There we go. Might take another layer. That's okay. Okay, happy with that. Having a look at my screen. Look, you see it looks more opaque than the other parts, but that's okay. Okay. Now, go back to the main. So I'm going back to a main, and I'm going to add some more dark. I'm going to go more clean off my palette a little bit. Not ultramarine, what's it called? Indigo. Where's my indigo? Oh, there's my indigo. Go indigo. And burnt umber. Makes a lovely natural dark grey. So you can use any blue. You can use cobalt, you can use indigo, you can use whatever blue, all the blues with burnt umber will make a darker grey or a lighter grey, a different grey. So I'm just going to use that. So I put the base layer, which is a lighter grey on, and now I'm going to go for the darker main, the bits that are darker, like the undersides, like that. And I'm going to add the length of the main and the swirly bits. Just going to add a bit of more burnt umber to that. There we go. Take it down because it's darker down here. It comes over the collar a little bit. I'm just going to use these shapes like that. Their mane's all a bit wild and woolly. Like that. Add some light greys in as well. Add some little rough flecks coming down there. Okay. And also I can use this same grey because I've used a very similar colour on the bridle. I'm going to use the dark to the shadow areas on the bridle. So I'm going to leave the top lighter. Darken up the underneath, a little highlight on the top. The light's not hitting it. Like that. It's darker down this side. Under there, leave the buckle a little bit. There we go. And then the bottom of the reins, not the whole rein, but the bottom. Top will be lighter by nature, because the light will be reflecting off the top. Just going to pop a bit of mane over the reins and do the reins through that. There we go. So that's that. And then the second rein, I sort of covered over it with green, but I'll bring that back. That is in shadow, like that. Okay. Highlight, I've got to get a bit of white, a little touch of white on there, a little touch of white on the top of that, buckles, like that, a little buckle here, like that. Okay, having a quick look. She's got a highlight up here. The sun's hitting there a little bit. and on the top of the rein, coming back here, do it cutting through the mane, like that. There's a buckle about here, I'll draw that in. You can change things as you go. I'll draw a little buckle in. One on that side. Okay, I'm quite happy with that, I think. You can see that's turned because it's over the dark. It still covers it. I'll do a brighter white at the end. All right, having a quick look at my big screen. That's looking all right. All right, where do we go from here? So I'm going to go into the inner ear, and I'm just going to use a bit of a lighter sienna. I need to clean my palette off a little bit, give myself some space. I've only got a 5-bay palette. Oops. So I'm going to move some of my colours around. Chuck that in the bin and grab some more toilet paper that I'm using for my brush. And I'm going to add some, actually I'm going to go just some, oh hang on, which one? That's a better one. That's a lighter orangey red. I'm going to use that. It's like a softer red. I'm going to pop that into the lighter part of the ear. Like that. Same on this ear. It's like the highlight of the dark fur. Like that. That looks all right. Okay. Then I'm going to take this same reddy brown, pop it into the nostril, and around the darker parts of her muzzle, like that, under her lip. I've got to draw the beardy bit, so I'm going to get the white now. I'm going to start to tidy up her white parts. I've got to add a little bit through her mane as well. She does have some highlights through her mane. I was going to do, she does have a bit of a beard. I've got to highlight a little bit more around the edges of her fur. Take that around the edge of her brow, like that. Just got to soften up some of these edges, make it look more like fur. So I'm just take this white onto the brown there, like that. Soften up these little spots. They're all different bits of fur fleck. Go in different directions on her. Okay, having a look. That looks pretty cute. All right. A little bit in her mane. Because I do have, using the very, very tip of my brush. Just in the top. Like that. All right. What have I done there? Okay. Okay, I'm going to go over the background again. I'm going to try lighter green. See how this goes. Just going to get a lot of it on my palette. Blend it out. There we go. That's looking a bit more how I want it to look. That background's dried a bit now, so we're all good. Nothing you can't fix with a bit of gouache. All right, that looks much better. Definitely like that much better. Come around the rest of her as well. So every layer it gets a little bit more opaque. Oops, so Daisy, the white's just bled out there. I'll clean that up in a minute. There we go. Touch it with my bit of towel. Oops, 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 oops. I'm just going to clean that up. Just really lift that off. I can turn that into a bit of beard under fur after. All right, that's looking better. So, having a quick look. into my white. Take back some of the bit. Oh no, okay, hang on. Whoops. Wasn't quite dry enough, that's okay. Tidy that up. Get my green. It's the beauty of gouache, it doesn't matter. Just let it dry a little bit. I was impatient. Actually, that's not bad. Not bad. I'll just tidy up that line. Like that. All right, go back to my dark grey. Let that dry. I've got to let it dry. Be patient. And let it dry. So I'm going to go back onto the collar. I need to use this dark grey on the collar. Oh, it's ultramarine, not ultramarine, indigo and burnt umber. And it's darker on the inside. Oops. Where the collar sits in there. It's much darker. That. And it's much darker down here. It comes down under her mane. That. Then this is where I start to add the shadows and the contrasty bits. Down to the bottom of the chest there. And then I can take that, that's all in shadow there. And just around that outside edge. A little bit of a broken shadow, like that. Bit, but I'm just going to blend that down. I can blend it with my brush anyway. This is all darks and lights and everything. I'm looking at shapes, just looking at shapes, not getting overwhelmed with detail. Looking at the shapes of the shadows and stuff. Very dark just here, coming down there. Then it's lighter there, very dark here. And then there's reflections at the back. There's a strap there. It's quite dark. Easy to get so focused on what you're doing when no one is talking in chat, so you forgot to look. Yeah. Why did the pony sound a little raspy? Oh, I don't know. Why did the pony sound a little Oh, hang on. Why did the pony sound a little raspy? Anyone in chat? DP is the best at the bad jokes. It's so funny. You have no option but to laugh. Laugh. I resemble that. Because he was a little horse. Oh my God. Yep. There we go. Love your work. All right. Come down and around. Down and around. All right. It looks a bit patchy at the second. I will make it blend somehow. Not sure how, but I will. Promise. I'll do more rain. Her mane, I mean. I'm going to get some brown, some more brown. So this time I'm going to go a bit of sienna again. A bit of the reddy brown. Take that through her mane. Oops. A bit more of it. We've got all the colours that are in their fur, in their mane. They really are quite beautiful and motley and all of that. I'm going to do now, and I've got to do shadows. Having a quick look. I'm going to add some light just down this underside. That. Just tidy up those little lines a little bit. That looks better. Quick look. Now there's bright white. I don't think I can get bright white. My paint's got a little bit muddy with me because I'm muddy. I tend to mix things on the palette and in the pans, which is not conducive to a clean paint. So I do tend to muddy up my paints a little. Just going to take back some of this white if I can. Like that. I've got to tidy up that dark bit, which I will do. Just covering that a little bit. All right, that's looking all right. Over the top of that, and I've got to pop a little bit back on the top of the nostril there. A little bit back around the edge of the mouth. Just a little. I haven't done the bit either, and the bit's a dark, actually a dark metallic-y colour. I've got to add where the bridle goes, the cheek, what do they call that? The brow band goes there. Tidy that up a little bit to make that look right. That goes to the side there, like that, having a quick look. Okay, add a bit of my grey on top. That can blend into itself, I don't care, it doesn't matter. Just want to get a little bit of definition there. All right, now I've got to go back onto this bit here. This is more dark. Darken that up a little bit, drag it round. And then blend this down a bit too. So you can blend it just by dampening your brush. It re-wets and softens everything. I don't want all those hard lines that I've got. So I'm just going to blend that round and it darkens it up fractionally as it blends. Get rid of those harsh lines. There aren't any harsh lines on a colour, there's shadows and lights. I need a bigger brush. I'm going to go to a slightly bigger brush. Just like a size up maybe. Give me a bit more movement. Move the paint a bit more easily. There we go. Then I've got to let that dry. So I've blended those in a bit together. Let that dry, then go over the top with highlights. All right, gotta get some fur texture going. So I'm going to go into my burnt umber. I'm going to add a little bit of sienna, burnt umber, just to lighten it up a little. So it's not such a strong brown. I'm going to come down here. Add a little, using the tip of the brush, go in the direction of the fur, bit of fur texture. And I'm going to work that all the way down onto her shoulder. And I'll have to do it onto the white bits as well. I'm just trying to think of how her fur would go down, like that. And then come up. Well, it's going down, but I'm just doing the brush strokes up because it's easier to do them up in that particular spot. Soften up these edges. Down there. Okay, having a look, that's looking a bit better. use this same colour just to soften up using the very tip of my brush into these edges. Just soften up the edges around the fur to make it look more furry, less hard and not textured. I'm going to go back into the bright white if I can. One day hang on, I've got brushes. I just need to get some paints. One day I'm going to learn. Very good. Yes. Do it, DP. You probably, you know but you do digital. You know how to draw, you know how to paint. It's just a matter of translating it into a pigment. I recommend, I love watercolour and gouache. I recommend acrylic. It dries fast. It's very forgiving. If you don't like it, you can just paint over it, and you're not wasting money on paint on canvas and stuff. When I very first started painting, I used acrylic. You can buy slowing mediums that slow down the dry time and all that sort of stuff, so it's not too quick. But yeah, do it. You're mad if you don't. It's so much fun. It's so good for you. It's so relaxing. I can draw this beard in. That's still wet. Gee whiz. Lift that off. Do it again. Because that's how I roll. Because they do have very furry chins, noses. They have, I call it a beard. They do have beards. Little whiskers on her nose. Oh, I didn't draw the blinker on the other side. Gee whiz, I'm an idiot. Okay, so I've got to draw the blinker on the other side of her face because she's got a blinker on the other side. So I'll go my indigo. Oops, I've got white on my palette there. Get that off. Then that's going to mix and make everything all a bit messy. Okay, get my blue, my burnt umber. And then I'm going to have to draw it in. She's got a blinker on that side as well. This one here, and then this one here. You can just see on the other side. That's better. I thought there was something missing. What am I missing? There we go. I'm also going to use this. Now I'm going to go back. I'm actually going to use, try and mix up it slightly darker. I'm going to go Payne's grey and blue. Try and make dark, almost black. So Payne's grey is a blue grey pre-mixed blue grey, and a blue at indigo, which is a very dark blue. And I'm now going to try get these details looking a bit better. Come around this outside edge. So there's a buckle thing here. Paint it over, I'll put it back. Let's make it slightly darker than the rest of it. There's a line. Although the strap comes down here. Down here like that. Then like that all the way down to there. Seam that comes over the top of that. Having a look, it's getting there, we're getting there. Slowly, catchy monkey, as my dad used to say. Just keep on keeping on. Eventually I'll get there. Here you go. Comes up and around a bit more like that. Could darken up here because this is all pretty much this dark grey. It's a little bit lighter on that side. It comes up onto this side. I can blend it out. Grab my bigger brush, my slightly bigger brush, and blend it up. Dry it and blend. Blends into itself a little, like that. down. Okay, now the bit. It's a bronzy colour. What colour would I say that is? I'd say that's sort of a burnt umber, and might even just do it burnt umber and white. So it's a dark colour, and I'll leave the white. So it's sort of almost bronzy brass. They did use brass a lot in Clydesdale horses in their harness and stuff. I collect their medallions and stuff that they had. They used to hang on their harnesses. I collect them. Light on top. Light on top again. That. Okay, got to add some highlights into the mane. I'm going to use this white that I've got on my brush. Sort of amalgamates everything together nicely. Put a bit into the fur, into the ears, just to get the highlights on the outer edges of the furry bits. Like that. Having a quick look. Okay, shrinking down. Okay, having a look. I do want to do more to this bit. I'm going to go around him again. A bit of the light limey green. I'm just going to splay that out a bit. Take that all the way around like that. Just make it look a bit more uniform. Soften up these edges as well. Just ferry them out a bit. Like that. Don't mind that at all. Don't mind that at all. All right, having a look. I'm going to get some highlights back now. There. 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 Look, there's a little bit there. There's a highlight up here. Highlight there I've done. Bit of a highlight here. Okay. All right. Get a bit more brighter just back here onto this rein. Like that. Super bright highlight on the top. Just there, like that. Just curled over a bit. Oh, I've got to fix up that bit right there. That will drive me crazy if I see it after. I need to pick that little bit off. Like that. There we go, tidy that up. Okay. Happy with that. Now I'm going to go back into my pure white, see if I can get as pure a white as I can. Get that back onto the forehead, the front of the horse's face. And I reckon I'm going to call that done. I'm happy enough with that, I think. I might add a little bit more burnt umber into the inner ear. Just like a little furry texture into there, so it's not quite so flat looking. that. All right, I'm going to sign that and call that done, I think. Actually, I've got to add a little bit of highlight on the eyes now that I've said that. It's never finished. This is a beauty gouache too. You can go back and add to it, or change it. Add a little bit of white there, a little bit of white there. And I've put too much white, so now I'm going to take some back. So I'll go back into my indigo. Take a little bit of that back. So Daisy. There we go. Okay. And I am going to sign that and call it done. So I'm going to sign that with the light ready brown, reckon. Sign it down here. Date 2026. 26. And I am going to call that done. Actually, I might do that in white. I'm going to go over that in white because there we go. So I'm going to call that done. So thank you for hanging out. Reminds me of the horse from the Guinness poster. It's exactly the horse from the Guinness posters. It's not like the horse from the Guinness posters, but it's the same breed. Ever sell prints of your work or just the originals? Well, I was just discussing that. I want to do prints. Not sure how. I have been just selling originals, but I do want to get into prints. So that's why I love digital work, is because I can make prints of it easily. I don't quite know how to do it with traditional stuff. I'd have to take it to a place and then I haven't got the money to do it. So yeah, I've just been selling originals for that reason, because I just don't know how. I can do it with a digital piece, but you lose the, like I can take a photo of it and have it as a photograph of the work. It's just not the same as having it on the paper. Well, I mean, you can print it onto watercolour paper, I suppose. Jen knows the poster? Yes, for strength. Oh, and oh my God, the videos. The videos for the Budweiser horses. Oh my God. And here in Australia, we have Carlton Draft, and it's draft horses as well. And we've got the same as the Budweiser. Our horses are Carlton horses. And but they're exactly the same. They've got the Dalmatian, they've got the horses that pull the cart and the beer kegs. And yeah, that's our thing here in Australia. Actually, I like that better now. That's worked out really well. That little bit of fleck of the light in his mane. Her mane, rather. Might put a few little light ones on top. But yeah, I'm going to call that done. I said that like a minute ago, didn't I? Like, that's the thing. I keep adding. Okay. So thank you for hanging out, guys and girls. But yeah, this will be for sale. I will have this one for sale on my eBay, which is listed in my links below. In YouTube, it's on my, where is it? Hang on. I think it's in social, so I've just got to type it in and see if it. And I've only got one screen now too. I've changed my other screen to a drawing screen. So I'm just going to go socials. See, where's my doodah? There we go, that one. Socials. I didn't even check if my links worked. How am I? Did that work? No, of course it didn't. That's okay. I didn't start Discord. Not Discord. What's it called? What's the other thing called? Oh no, my doodahs bled into my black bit. Hang on, I'm just going to pick that up. I've got to add the black back there now. Which is basically, it's indigo and indigo. Burnt umber. Indigo, burnt umber. I'll look into doing the prints though. I will look into prints. I'll shrink this and I'll see if I can get my Streamlabs to work. Hang on, I'm just going to shrink this for a second. I'm going to shrink you peeps and I'm going to go to my Discord, my thingy. Just a matter of getting a digital version of it, whether through a high-res photo or a scanner, but there are ways to do it. I'll ask my kids. I'll ask my kids because that would be ideal. I'm just going to go. Hang on, I'm just picking up. What is it? Does Streamlabs? It's got to get Streamlabs up. Oh, I can't do that. It's not going to work. Don't worry about it. I'll bring you people back. There we go. My Streamlabs isn't working today. Okay. Just a matter of getting a digital. Well, I can do that. I think I can do that. I'll get my kids to help me because they know all about technology and stuff. So, but yes. So there we go. Oh, I've got to not do that because I keep putting my wet cloth near my computer. I don't want to do that because I've already got paint on my keyboard now. So there we go. There we have it. One Clydesdale horse. And I will trim that. Oops. I'll measure it and trim it so that it's sort of same on either side. Not so much of a gap on this side. But thank you for watching, everyone. It was awesome catching up. It's been a while. It's been too long. It has been too long. So thank you for hanging out. I'm going to do a lot more art this weekend. Hubby and the family have hubby and his mates are doing salamis. So they have, him and all his mates get together and have a boys bonding weekend and make a shit ton of salami. So I might go off and do art all weekend. So you may see a lot more of me this weekend because I'm thinking I might just disappear and do art. So let the boys do their thing. And yes, so I will see you all hopefully over this weekend because it's my daughter's birthday and my birthday this weekend as well. So I'm having my daughter's birthday today. My birthday not saying, but yes. And yes, so have a great weekend. Hopefully I will see you all. You still check Discord on occasion. I am so slack deep. Just a matter of, I am so slack, but I will. When you remind me, then I check. So I will get off now and check my Discord. So yes, but I'm very slack, but I will, I promise. I'll go and check it now. Anyway, thank you. Have a great day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you in the